We live, baby. We live. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all been doing? Some kind of podcast. Your boy Bink and your boy Golden Boy. What's up with you?
Not much. Training, camp life, tired. You got 1 hour. You got 1 hour, 60 minutes.
That's all you need, man. That is all you need. 60 minutes. Man, so everybody know. Josh Taylor
Here
T.
we go.
Hi, bruh. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm low key. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker Teofimo, like, when he got the goods, he got the goods. When he don't, he don't. But when he got the goods, that motherfucker got the goods. I did not expect him to go in there and beat on Josh Taylor like that. I thought Josh was gonna come in there too big, too strong at 140. I thought his power was gonna be a little too much for Teofimo. But when Teofimo turned that corner on him in like the fourth, fifth round and started adding up, he started landing more punches throughout the fight. Then he started getting comfortable. Once he got comfortable, it was over with for Josh. It was over.
Yeah.
Teal looked good, man. Teal looked damn good, man. How you feel about the fight?
I'm gonna take my beet juice sip of celebration for this.
Not no damn beet juice, bro.
Mm.
You the healthiest motherfucker I know.
Discipline. Straight discipline. But I told everybody, I said Gordo going even Bill Haney said it. See, people don't know Gordo. People didn't even know like when he fought his last fight and he had Gordo on his trunks. Man, like, what the hell he got Gordo on his trunk for? And like, we know because we knew him in the amateurs. The guy that fought Saturday night was Gordo. That's Gordo. There's no other way. You know that you could change. You know how when Sugar Ray Leonard fought against Hagler and everybody stood up and cheered, they said Ray Leonard showed up tonight. Sugar Ray Leonard showed up tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That was Gordo. All these other fights, I could honestly say, throughout his whole pro career, that's Teofimo sitting down on shots, dropping stuff. That's Teo sitting down on John. That was Gordo. And it was so beautiful to see it for me. It was beautiful for me to see that. He looked beautiful, man. God, he looked great. But let's go ahead and get straight to what it is. So we already know what happened in the fight. The only thing I was worried about was his mental. If his mental or any injuries or mental lapse or injuries that was gonna derail him, yup, it's over. It's over.
He handled a lot of shit. He handled, what was the interview with what's the guy's name? Mark Kriegel.
Mike Kriegel. Oh my God.
He was asking
Yeah, Mark.
questions, and the way he handled himself in that interview, especially when his dad came in and started antagonizing the situation, I feel like he handled that well mentally, and I feel like he speaks well mentally. I mean, he may seem kind of like a philanthropist sometimes, like he's over being philosophical at times, but I feel like his mental, even though he's been through a lot of shit, I feel like he's at a good spot right now. He had a good spot, and I feel like he's conscious of his decisions and what he's talking about.
And once I saw him shaking out, I was like, okay, yeah. Now he sees everything. He was comfortable. He was alert, eyes wide open. He saw everything coming. And then he started getting funky. And then he started, because Josh Taylor was on point. I don't care what nobody say. He was seeing stuff. He was making Teofimo missing spots too. You saw that he was a high caliber, that he's a world-class fighter, but just T.O.'s athleticism is what took it away because his feet aren't as fast as T.O.'s. His body is quick twitches and as fast as T.O.'s. Everything. Josh Taylor's one of them fighters where everything has to be right. He can't do this too much. He can't sit there and do all this stuff. He can't do that stuff too much. He's going to wind up getting him hurt.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
like
He gave T.O. the same looks over and over and over again, the same feints over and over and over again. You start timing that shit with that leaping uppercut, the lead upper, and he started throwing the hook off of it. The jab was, oh my God, T.O. was that motherfucker was boxing his ass off. Yo. Go ahead, bro.
it's just this whole thing about the retirement. Let's just go and get to it, man.
Go ahead.
Some bullshit. Call it what it is. It's some bullshit. Yeah, you know what? I'll let you take it first, and then I'll just bounce off because I know you're gonna say some Bama shit to piss me off. So go ahead. I'll let you go.
Nah, your feelings are just fragile. You get all upset all quick.
Mm, mm.
Appreciate you. Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
What up, Big 30?
But yeah, like I feel like it's a power play. He feel like he's the guy undisputed at 135. I go up to 140. I beat the guy in Josh Taylor. He's the guy that was the lineal undisputed champion. So in his mind, in his eyes, he's like the ball's in my court. I should be the shot caller. I'm a two-time undisputed champion. I've done it in two divisions, right? My stock should be up here. So if I say I'm retiring, if y'all want to continue, if Top Rank want to continue to make this money, y'all should leap on and say, whoa, 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 stop, Teofimo. Don't retire. We'll offer you this, we'll do that to keep you with the network to keep generating these millions and millions of dollars. Only problem with that is I don't see that power play working in his favor with Bob Arum and Top Rank. Especially after
Tell
everything,
me more.
especially not after he done stirred the pot with the black fighters and he done stirred that pot up. I don't know how that power play gonna work in his court. This is just my opinion looking from the outside in. I don't think he's retired. There's no way he loved boxing. There's no way he done went and did two divisions, undisputed champion, and there's so much more left on the table that he's gonna walk away and never fight again. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Go ahead.
The first thing he said, $1 million. I should have got paid enough, and he's right. Them both did. They both should have got 2 million.
It's
Or
two
I like
more than that.
$1 million for that.
That's chump
No,
change for that.
like they supposed to get at the least 1.5. I mean, then you couldn't put a 0.5 on it.
That's chump change for them, bro. For what they just did, Josh Taylor and Teofimo, they should have got paid more than that. For sure.
Then you had, but when it comes to retirement thing, he trying to pull the Floyd card. When all of them was coming up at 47, I'm gonna retire. My hands hurt. Let them beat the hell out of each other, and then I just can't stay away. They done damaged each other enough. I'm glad they done wore each other down enough. All right, I could pluck him. I see his weaknesses now. All right, yeah, we can make this happen. Now, a certain person I had a conversation with said, man, he see what's happening at 140. Shit getting real at 140. Shit getting real. We already know. Like, all right, Rolly, scratch that. All right, throw him off. Anyways, AB, the payday is gonna be him and Rolly. He beats Rolly if he uses his experience, and then he winds up getting in there with one of the young guys and push, whatever the case may be. But let's be real here. The big boys is Regis, Devin coming up. Even though we worry if Devin even has a punch, but T.O. and how people feel Twin looked and Rolly, those are the guys. But we all know if he fights Regis, what can possibly happen? T.O. gonna get off. Don't get me wrong. T.O. gonna get off. T.O. is T.O. He gonna get off. Just like with Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor hit Regis with some stuff. Regis had to walk through some stuff. He was slick. He was pulling on the inside, pulling glove, slide, smother, rock off, swim, under. He was doing all of that beautifully. But no matter what, when you in there with somebody who's on a high level and they're on a level with you, you gonna get hit with something. I don't care who you is. You gonna get hit. And T.O. has a habit that will never change. And that habit is 1 to 2 sharp shots at a time. If he throws 4 sharp shots, the first 2 have to land. The first 2 don't land, he don't add nothing else to it. But if the first 2 land, he will look, take a picture, pause. He might give you a pull, and then he go back to another 2. It might be an uppercut, left hook. It might be under over. It might be breaker, something. But it's never 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always 1, 2. Look. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. It's never. Oh yeah. Unless he got the guy hurt. Even when he got the guy hurt, is he double. He'll triple, but it's all a gap in between. He gonna get off. He got his feet. He will get his shots off on Regis. Regis has to be ready to weather that, and that's just what it is. But I just got Regis at a certain point from the jump, inching forward, inching closer, inching closer, inching closer, and he just starts pull glove. I'm here now. All right, now wherever you go, I go. We married tonight. Every corner you touch, I'm in that corner with you. Mm-hmm. Everywhere you move, I'm on you. And every time you pull your shoulder here, I'm sliding over here with you. I'm going to mimic your movements and I'm going to piss you off. I got him doing what Buddy McGirt did with Pernell Whitaker the first fight. If you watch that fight, he mimicked Sweet Pea. Every time Sweet Pea made a move, Buddy McGirt would mimic it. And you will see Sweet Pea like, it threw him off for a second because it's like looking in the mirror. Even Benitez, Leonard, all them fights, it's like mimicking. It's like, God, it's like looking in the mirror almost. Because every time you think you want to get the move off, it's like he either makes that move too on his opposite side, which cuts you off. So it's like, I got a feeling if he can't get out of that and add them shots together a certain way, we're just going to be throwing 5-2, 4-2, 3-2. Non-stop. But I digress. He's retiring. And all power to him. Oh, no. He retired, man. All power to him. Stop. No. Listen. Stop.
Michael Jordan retired too, didn't he? Michael Jordan went and got 3 and said, I'm out.
We're not talking about that. I understand. Been through a lot. Like you say, he loves boxing too much. He will come back. But I can understand a little bit. Because as much as he loves boxing, and as much as all of us do, we hate it. Because the stories I've told you about myself, the stories that I've told you about that I saw, it will take your innocence away. And T.O.'s gone through some nonsense that I'm pretty sure he feels that he didn't deserve. And I mean, going back to the amateurs, it's so much stuff that boy dealt with, getting robbed and things of that. It was stuff that was going on with T.O. You know what? I'm just gonna tell this story. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. You're learning it now. T.O. won that spot on the Olympic team. He won that spot. I think it was in 2016. 2016, he won that spot. Clean. Won the trial. He won everything. He won that spot. They literally did this to this boy. Yeah, we're giving it to. I'm not going to say the fighter's name. Y'all can go look. Ain't nothing against that fighter. But everybody who knows what happened. Yeah, we're giving it to. Yeah. So, yeah, you just step to the side. Just go to Honduras. You got that bloodline, so they'll automatically. And you already won these tournaments. And you fought in these other tournaments. They'll automatically let you on the team. Already. If it wasn't shattered, then even though he had got robbed in other fights in situations, but that right there messes your head up. And then the things outside of the ring when you become professional, and then the things that happen to him as he's continuing to go into boardrooms, things like that. Hey, maybe he is retiring for a little while or taking a break till he's 27. Cough, cough. Quiet as his cat. Now, retired till he's 27. I'm good. I've been through enough bull, man. I need a rest. I had surgery on my ankle, my foot, my shoulder, my hand. Now, y'all at 140 beat the hell out of each other. I'll be right here to catch y'all later. I'll be right here later. And then I'll walk through all of y'all when y'all limping and a shell of yourself.
That's a good assessment. I can see that being a possibility too. But yeah, I feel like he does. He has a whole lot on his plate right now, man. He talking about he has to deal with a divorce with his wife, and then child support hearings, and that shit get ugly, bro. Like that shit heavy, man. When somebody take your kids away from you, bro, like it's that should have really take your mental and flip it like this. So I definitely feel him on that and want to take time away to deal with whatever he got going on in that avenue.
But
I ain't speak on that because I don't know much about it. Like I just know I respect him for that, but I feel like he will be back once everything's squared away. He sorts all that out. He will be back.
but also, it's a lot with that because if you remember a couple of fights ago, they did another interview that was talking about how they didn't want him to marry that girl. They didn't want him to fly that go meet this girl and go live in Arkansas, Oklahoma, wherever, or Idaho, wherever it was that she lived and lived there. They did not want that. And then they did not trust her. They did not, whatever the case was. And in that interview, he was like, nobody wanted me married, but she loves me, so I'm, married. And then all of this stuff happens. That's another thing where it's like, bro, I can't focus on 12 rounds when I got to deal with this. When I got to deal with, I want to see my enemy and have him with me or whatever. That's some bull. So that's probably how his mindset is. But the other thing you said about, him leaving Top Rank and the black fighters comment and all that stuff, that will not go to pass what he said. I don't care what way he tries to, because what he said, for people who don't know, is the equivalent to what Camacho said 30 years ago. Camacho, Livingstone Bramble, Pernell Whitaker, he really was mad at Pernell because of what Pernell did to him in the amateur. Well, he was a pro. He was a world champ already, and Pernell was going to the Olympic team, and they sparred at Crump. Mm-hmm. And if y'all know the story about how that went down. Emmanuel Stewart had to handle that. But he was an interview. You can all look it up. Post-fight, Camacho's going off. He got his people behind him, pushing him up. And he like, all of them, Bramble, Whitaker, you could get some too. Whitaker, bring all the niggas on. Is what he said.
Hold on.
Straight.
That's crazy.
You didn't know that? Wait, you didn't know that?
Mm-mm.
Bruh. He said, man, bring all of them. Straight, that exactly how, verbatim. I'm not repeating it. That's exactly how he said it.
Damn.
Bring them all on.
Straight up. You gotta stand on it, though. You gotta stand on it. You say shit like that, you gotta stand on it. Ain't no back
that to me was the equivalent, because people forget Teofimo father, when he fought here at the MGM, he was having trouble with his ankle. And he was fighting Nakatani, I think. And everybody was making it bigger than what it was, that he looked awful and whatever. Man, the boy was hurt, man. But anyways, his father said, once again, Nakatani, remember how tall and rangy Nakatani was. So Nakatani's fundamental and he's tall. So he's like, in a way, soon as Tio made a move, he would just throw a jab. Just throw it out there. But it landed or not, because once he threw it out there, Tio would have to reset. No matter what, he would have to reset. He comes back to the corner, he sits on the stool, Tio does, and his father starts saying, man, get this N-word up out of here. Man, work on this. And they start saying it. And remember, he was still the darling of ESPN. And his father, and you hear Joe Tessitore, I want to say. I want to say it was just whoever was on the call, that the main guy who was on the call that night said, ladies and gentlemen, you probably heard some language that may have offended you. That is not how we feel at this network. The typical stuff. And bing, the bell rings. Ain't never heard about it again. Because I'm thinking, oh, Lord, they're going to drag him as soon as the fight is over. It's going to be all through the press conference. You got to deal with this for another 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Nothing. The first thing that came to my mind was that, and the Camacho. Like, oh, this is his Camacho moment. Him saying that. Because that's how he feels. Because that's how his father feels.
I'm interested in what black fighters he talking about.
He talking about all of them at time. He feels. Did you hear the interview? Yeah. He put it out there. He feeling like this. In my opinion, this is not being. This ain't got nothing to do with the one other. I'm one of 5. This is me, Don for the second, Junior to go with me saying this. He's saying, Big Baby, in my opinion, I think he's talking about Keyshawn, Big Baby, Shoo Shoo, Spit Troy, all of those guys from that team that all came out of the amateurs and signed with Top Rank, that they're pushing, that he got. I guess he feel like, oh, now because and I think where it's coming from was the last. Remember, he was the darling. Oh, Teofimo, you know how they be on jocks on there for ESPN, and whoever fights him, oh, Teofimo Lopez does this. Oh my word, and all this other mess. They hype it up. Whoever fights for them, and it's understandable. They push them. Cool, whatever. But at a certain point, I don't blame Teofimo for feeling betrayed because they made him the darling. You know, they gave him so much time and on the camera, and they really was pushing him, and he earned it. He was explosive. But when he fought, it was like, okay, now after he lost to Kambosos on a different network, oh, he's coming back to us now. And then those two fights, how he did, he won, but he looked flat. And then they were cooking him. Oh, that was a knockdown. Oh, he looks awful. He looks like he's past this, all the stuff they were saying. And then he like, oh, so when they get hit with a punch, I don't say nothing, but I get hit with a punch. It's like, y'all, it's like, dude, you forget the oldest rule. It builds you up to tear you down at the end of the day. It's just how it goes.
I forget the beef. Wasn't he beefing with Top Rank? Didn't he split from?
Yes.
He was split from Top Rank like a year or two ago.
The Kambosos fight, remember? Because remember they was going to different networks to get it done.
Yeah, he had. I thought he had verbally said like after a fight or something he was about to be done with Top Rank. He did an interview saying he was done with Top Rank and everything with Bob Arum and everything. But then when he got back, I'm like, so it's like the turmoil's already been there. So like for the whole black fighters comment, like, why would you say that, bro? Why would you stir that pot? Why would you stir that pot? These are the young guys. They're all prospects. All of them got what?
Yep. They ain't not even on your level yet.
All of them got like less than 10 fights. They all still coming up. So it's like I don't agree with the whole black fighters thing. Teofimo's already at that level. He's a undisputed world champion. He did it. And he lineal. He did it at 140. So like
they're not even in his pay grade yet.
Right. So you beefing with these guys, that's like me being a senior, right? A senior. You know, I've been playing varsity or whatever. But then the freshmen come up and they get new jerseys, but they freshmen. Of course, because every couple of years, the team gets new jerseys. But why would I be mad because the freshmen got new jerseys when I already put my time in? I'm a senior. You know what I'm saying? I got bigger fish to fry. I got to worry about my offers. I got to worry about, what school I'm going to. I got to worry about shit like that. Why I'm worried about these freshmen because they got new jerseys. That's what I'm kind of equating that to. You know what I'm saying? That ain't none of his business what they got going on down there. Go get your money, bro. There's more big fights to be made out here. Devin, Shakur, all these dudes, Regis. There's so many big fights. Even Ramirez, that'll be a big fight. I think he'll smoke Ramirez, but that's another big fight. That's another big fight at 140.
Okay. So where does he go?
Right now? Teofimo?
Where does he go? If he gets his way out of ESPN, where does he go? Because this is how I look at it. We're just gonna take it there. We're just gonna take this there. Why is he retiring? Maybe he wants to wait out the contract, or maybe there's a clause that if you do your paperwork, you go ahead and really retire, then the contract is null and void, or it recontinues when you re-register, whatever the case may be.
It could be that. I know. Out of his mouth, he said he had stuff he wanted to work on in boxing. He had stuff that he's been working on in boxing that he can't devote a lot of his time to while he's fighting because he's always in camp preparing for fights and shit. So who knows? Maybe he might be getting ready to jump into like a promoter hat or something like that, or do something like that outside of boxing. I don't know. We will have to see on that. I'm not sure, but that does make sense. Maybe it's something like some legality in his contract where he has to wait it out in order to do what he really wants to do. But don't he got a relationship with Eddie Hearn? You probably go over there and make some money. But the zone, man, they stock is they stock is dropping.
And they putting good fights on.
Yeah.
But
ain't nobody paying
for it. Nobody getting tired of that. People getting tired because remember it used to be $10. Then it went to the 20. That didn't bother me. That didn't bother me what bothered me was the $20 didn't bother me. What bothered me was like, dude, y'all just said the $10 just to get people in. And then the people who that do affect the college kids, all of them, they like, bro, I want to see this fight, but now you done made it $20, and the $10 is fine, but I can use the other $10 to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You
And I
know,
got
just
better pay-per-view. And I got better pay-per-view now.
exactly. You're not only paying your 20 now, now you have it come up and say, hey, another. If you already subscribed, you could just pay $62.99, and if your stuff goes out and you don't see the fight, guess what? You could just not get your money back. Because I
Right.
know people still ain't got their money back. I'm like, why would you not just order from DirecTV? Why would you order it from the Zone? And it has not been proven that that was gonna work.
The Zone, man, they surviving off of UK shows and Misfits boxing.
Yup, yup,
That's it.
yup,
And
yup.
it blow me because the fights be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, man. I got stuff to do. I can't sit down and watch boxing at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. On
Got your
Saturday.
phone and you flip your phone for 10, 15
Yeah.
minutes in the spot. Look, all right,
Right.
cool.
I'm missing
But,
everything.
man,
Matter of fact, there was a good card this weekend.
bro.
And I missed a lot of it because I was busy on Saturday. I didn't have time to sit down and watch. But it was a good card, man. I saw
Devin
Ryan fight.
Shanko.
Oh, Devin Chain. I missed his fight. I missed it. See, I missed all of that.
Devin Shanko. That man, I will always, man. I hope I run into that dude just to get an autograph from him, man. Like, and tip my hat to him because that's a hard luck. That's what you call a hard luck fighter. Like I've been around a few hard luck fighters in my career. Like I've been around a few, like that really, like that. He really wishes to get a break now. But like he doesn't have the consolation prize. Like he fought at a high level and he's getting big money, but some of these fights he won and they didn't give it to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's messed up because it's like, y'all, you know, the people know, but I didn't get the satisfaction of my hand being raised. And that sometimes, depending on that particular person's psyche, it bothers them. Like I know fighters who talk about losses from the amateurs, like when we were kids, and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, 13 years old at the time, and they stick with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Darren Shanko, man, I can't do nothing but tip my hat to him. He gave Mugia all he wanted. Oh my
I wanted to see that fight, man. I wanted to see that fight, man.
Go look, man. I'm not even gonna say that. Just go look, man. From the first bell, it's on.
He got out.
From the first bell, it's on, dog. It was cracking. I was like, come on, Shanko, don't get old tonight with this big mug that's across the room. You know, so I had the honor of talking to the man who's making a comeback after a good, long, deserved rest, Saddam Ali.
And I was about to say AB.
I hate this guy. Oh my God. And look at it. He just tickles himself, doesn't he? He just tickles himself. Man.
Hey, big up's the problem, man. Big up's the problem, man. Adrian, bro.
Man, Saddam was like, bruh, dude was just so strong. Like, it was like he was so, and to me, that fight will always piss me off because I always felt like Saddam didn't deserve that, to have such a beautiful thing happen to him with the Cotto fight. Because when you think about guys who carry themselves like a true champion, and then to have that last fight against a guy like Cotto who exemplifies so many things, and it beats Saddam, it was like, yes. Because, you know, but then they put Mugia, and Mugia was so big. This is 54. Remember, this is back when he was at 54.
Mm-hmm.
And was like ballooning up. It was just like, Jesus Christ. Just hit. You know, so I'm thinking in my head right before the bet, come on, there, because I'm a big fan of Darren Shanko, big fan of just how he boxed, how he worked. You know, man, just don't get old tonight. Don't get old against this big dude. Like, this is a big dude. And Jamie jumped on him. Jamie jumped on Darren Shanko, and then Darren Shanko tucked it and came back. I think it was a hook brick or brick hook. And all I'm gonna tell you is the first round, and he wobbled Munguia.
Damn.
wobbled Jaime.
Damn.
I was like, like, man,
Damn.
man. McGee got
I
to
gotta
work
go
on
back
some
and check that.
flaws.
I
Got to
gotta
get
check.
some flaws.
Yeah, he's definitely he's had holes in this game for a long time. I still got a lot of question marks on him. But he's young, he's hungry, he's powerful. He got the will to do it. So big ups to him. Big ups to him, man.
All right, go ahead and ask what you want to ask me because you saved it for the last topic. This dude, so I know what you're gonna do. Get it over with. Ask the bull. Come on.
I ain't even asking you, man, because
Yes, you is. You know what you about to do,
bro. Because it don't make no sense, bro. I'm so sick and tired. I'm about to take all my Canelo gear and put it in trash bag. Walk right out this front door.
Like,
You know how Cowboy fans get mad and start setting the Dez Bryant jerseys and shit on fire? I swear to God. I swear to God. On everything I love, Slim.
big dose.
I love. Yo, what's up, Dose? I'm telling you, if Canelo go up the cruiserweight and fights Badu Jack instead of everybody at 60.
At least Charlo, because the names that's up there is the names that came up as candidates, because he's the A side he can pick. It was Charlo, and when I see Bottle Jack, I'm like,
Bruh.
oh, you funny. You like
if he go up there to fight
oh
Badu Jack
my god,
at
bro.
cruiserweight and he skips Charlo and he skips Benavidez, I'm about to be through, bro. I'm about
Nah,
to be
you ain't gonna be through then. You ain't gonna be through then. You know what you gonna be through? If
I'm
he
through.
wind up pulling, no, you know what you really gonna be through? If he pull a Roy Jones, he go up to cruiserweight and try to come back down to 68. Let's say he go 95. Let's say he do 95, 97, something like that. 93, something like that. And that Bama come back trying to get back to 68, and it's just some off. And he wind up getting clipped like Roy. That's really gonna be done. Cause you're gonna be like, bro, why did you do that? And that's what's really gonna bother you.
It's already some off, man. That last performance against John
Yeah.
Ryder, you can already tell it's something.
So,
He was pulling. It looked like he was like not like a locomotive. It goes.
no, you know what he looked like? You really want to call it? You really want to tell the truth?
Bruh.
You don't want to say it. You always leave it for me to say it because I don't be giving it to him. He looked like he was getting some the night before. That's what he looked like that night. He looked flat, and he was in there with the right guy that he could get away with stuff with.
He might have.
That's what he looked like.
Old lady probably drug his ass in the bathroom and said, I know you fight them all, but come on. Come on. Tell me what you're working with.
Like, I swear, man, like, I think that's how he looked. He looked flat. And John Ryder said, broken nose, busted up. He didn't get me out of there. And I was kind of thinking I'm not looking to get out of there. But with the circumstances I'm under, there's a chance he might get me out of here. And he didn't.
Should have. He should have, yo. 2 years ago, Canelo would have got him out of there.
Oh, yeah. It would have been in devastating fashion. It would have been devastating.
Right.
It would have been very bad.
Right.
Like, you can't even look at the fight and say, oh, he was in there with a sloppy guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know how some fights are just sloppy, ugly fight. Like, oh, the dude's gonna make it ugly. The guy knows how to survive. It wasn't that. It wasn't that at all.
Mm-mm. Damn it, man.
I'm sitting there looking at this. I'm like, something's amiss here.
Yeah, it just didn't look. It looked like he was pulling. Everything was just like dragging. Like, now you fighting in your sleep and you'd be like,
mm-hmm.
It was like he was like, it just wasn't going. It just wasn't going. I'm like, Nello, come on, bro. What's going on, bro? I done fought tooth and nail behind your name. I done pissed off a lot of people behind your name. I done defended you even when you was wrong. I defended you when you was wrong, Canelo. And they said, oh, he's a duck. He's ducking all the, he don't want to fight black.
I threw a ball at your head during the show.
I had to defend him. I believe in his skill set. I believed in his skill set, and he got the skill set to beat some of these guys, man. But it's like, bro, you gotta do it. Put it on the line. You did. I I gave Canelo the benefit of the doubt because I believed in his plan. He wanted to go undisputed at 168. He wanted to be the first undisputed champion at that weight class. Okay, cool. So if you're gonna take this roundabout as way to get to that undisputed championship, cool. Because you've already made it verbally clear that that's what you was gonna do. But now, hold on now. But now that you've done that, and you accomplished your goal, and you have these titles, now you have to defend them. And you're not going to defend them against John Writers. You're not going to defend them against Badu freaking Jacks when you got David Benavidez, you got Charlo down there, you got these monsters down there that's coming for your crown. Come on, bro. I can't defend that no more. I can't defend it no more. If he fight Badu Jack, I'm getting on my Canelo shirts, my Canelo hats. I'm putting them in a black trash bag. And we walking down around the corner down here. I'm throwing them in the trash.
Bro, let's really unpack this for a second.
Go ahead.
The thing that pissed me off was when he went and put on the screen, and y'all know what fight I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He put the great, the immortal Hammer and Hank, Henry Armstrong on the screen, who should have been a champ in 4 different weight classes at one time, but it was only 3 because he winded up, he got robbed. To call it what it is, Henry Armstrong got robbed. Everybody know he got robbed. He carried the guy too. Anyways, you want to say, oh, the only fighter to hold belts in 3 different weight classes since this man. I'm like, how dare you try to put your name beside his when this man was fighting multiple times a month, defending multiple titles a month. You got some nerve because you're not even trying to fight 5 times a year and defend your titles in each weight class to go up and down. It's one at the beginning. Is every fight is 8-9 months apart, which gives his body enough time to say, oh yeah, I could do the 75. Because he did a smart thing. He did 68, went to 75, went back to 68, went back to 60. Like, you did it the right way, but he made it a big, huge span of time. Because the only other person that I feel that should have been able to do that and would have, in my opinion, would have accomplished it was my guy who always showed me so much love, the great Paul Williams. But I'm sorry, Slim, like, you got
body type to be jumping like that. His body type isn't meant to jump around like that.
That ain't the damn point. He could have went to 75, 68, then 60 if he wanted to really manage it, and then went to 60. Just go up, back. Don't skip. I know that could be a little difficult because of the whatever mandatory and they throw at him whatever, but it's a way it could be done in a way he could have fought more frequently and really solidify, hey, I can't fight every month like this great one, but I did it my way. I did it this way by fighting 3, 4 times, 5 times. I defended these belts. I defended this one 2 times this year, this one time, and that one 2 times. This one year. Nobody's gonna ever do that. So I can't believe even put his name with that great one. But Badu Jack, bro. Badu Jack. So you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna find a belt to put up for this.
They ain't gonna find it, they're gonna make a belt.
They're going to make one and get that done for them. I got love for Badu Jack, man. I swear I've learned certain tricks from him. But bruh, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You. I'm like, okay, put y'all name up there. Cool. It's one of the top candidates. He gotta know if he picks Badu Jack, he's getting cooked. You not even gonna show up for work. You're not gonna show up for work on Friday. If he picks Badu, y'all, I swear this man gonna be late. Or you gonna be seeing me. All right, everybody, welcome to the Slipper Counter Park. I can't do it like big, but welcome in, y'all. Y'all gonna see it. His ass gonna drag it like this.
Man, that's the thing though. Like,
oh man,
Badu Jack ain't no cakewalk. Badu Jack ain't gonna go in there and walk down Badu Jack, especially not at his weight. Are you serious?
But he's too slow. But he's too slow for him, and he passed the greatness of where he was at 75. That activeness that he threw. He's been in some wars, man.
Yeah,
God,
I still
you
don't see
know,
him walking down Badu Jack. I still don't see him walking through him. I still don't see it.
he gonna outpoint him completely,
Yeah,
though.
I can see that, but I don't see it being him walking him down and getting a stoppage and making it in a fantastic fashion against Badu Jack. I just don't see it. I see it being another lukewarm ass performance at that weight class.
Just to say he pulled it off.
Just to say he did something. I gotta start agreeing with everybody that was on my ass about it, man. If he do this,
I wasn't on your tail.
it wasn't it just you,
I
bro.
was
It
just
was
telling you the
everybody.
truth.
Though it was like 30, 40 people. I swear to God in my inbox, like, oh, you a Canelo Jack rider. Oh, you don't
Nah, I
support
don't even
black
think
fighters.
that.
You don't support black fighters. I'm like, bro, y'all need to shut that. I'm like, bro, like, it was getting like that. I'm like, bro, I've been following Canelo for a long time. And I'm gonna defend his choice because it makes sense. You want to be undisputed, cool. Do I agree with the route you taking? Not really, but cool. I do that. But after you get done, make sure you go check them boxes because you got some check boxes that need to be checked down there at 168. It's some dudes you need to fight. If you the
And
greatest,
he said he feels the best at 68.
exactly, and he the greatest. I'm Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm the next Mexican. Not skipping Benavidez, skipping Charlo. You not? No, you not. Not skipping
Even Boo Boo,
Andre.
like you didn't even mention Boo Boo. Like Boo Boo is the one that he can beat you. He's dangerous, but you could at least fight Boo Boo and know that I'm not gonna get hurt. Like I could test the water. That would be the first of the lions I try to cross out.
That's who he should have fought first. Is Boo Boo.
Just get him out the way. Get him out the way. And two, Boo Boo deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
he don't want to go up the damn cruiserweight and come back down 175 and fight who? Bivol again?
I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's do this. This is the thing that pisses me off about the Bivol thing. You fought him at 75. You say you want him again at 75. Respect. I want to see you where you got me at. Bivol saying, yeah, I will fight you there again, but I'm not getting nothing out of it. I want your straps so that we could do it again, but I want to do it at 68.
Right.
And I don't really want to budge on that because I want to test myself to see if I cut these 7 pounds, I can still get it done.
He will.
Respect.
He will. He'll get Canelo.
But let's call it what it is. If Canelo was to beat Bivol at 68, people it's only gonna say, yeah, you only beat him because he was weight drained. You only beat him because he was weak. That's 7 pounds. It wasn't like no featherweight, like 4 pounds. No, he's 7 and it hurt him. That's why.
Then again, Bivol called for that though. He's calling. He said,
yes,
I want to fight
Bivol called for it.
So I
wouldn't
do that.
But in my opinion, you know how I am. I'm always looking 2-3 steps. Hey, all right, fight him at 68. If you beat him, guess what? Fight him again at 75. Like, all right, the third fight to be at 75. But that third fight at 75 could be next year. Y'all two can have tune-ups against whoever the hell y'all want up until then. Because guess what? You still have so many other things to do. But I digress.
That's the thing. Canelo has no more tune-ups left. Who he need to tune up against?
I'm gonna tell you something I learned about boxing, bro. You can always think up somebody.
You can, but what I'm saying is from a fan standpoint and from where his career has progressed into who he still needs to fight. The hell he need a tune-up for? John Ryder was supposed to be your tune-up. That's probably his last tune-up that I want to see. Now let's start checking these boxes, bro. Demetrius, Charlo, Benavidez, Bivol rematch.
They offered him 50 million. They offered him 50 million. They offered him 50. He offered him 50 million and he still wouldn't take it. And the pay-per-view shares. Benavidez went out there. He really put his neck out there like, yeah, all right, cool. Here's his paper, shawty. Here's the thickness of it. You gonna get 50 million up front. And by the time we do it, I think it was 40 million up front. Then by the time all the back end and the sponsors and this and that and the totals and the tallies, we should be able to walk away with at least 47 or 50.
But know what's crazy though? Canelo's such a businessman outside of boxing. He got so many businesses. He making money, bro. Canelo making good money. So 50 million to him right now is probably like, bro, cool. But I'm getting paid on the outside, and
Bro,
that's
get
that's
the
that's kind of how he
50
carrying. No, that's a lot of money. But I'm saying like you can kind of see in
ain't
Canelo's like
switching it.
hold on, like you can kind of see in Canelo's like progression since he's accomplished so much. I don't see that same fire in him when it comes to boxing.
He's golfing now.
He's doing a lot of things now besides boxing. I don't see that same urgency in him when it comes to boxing. And it's starting to show up in his work too. It's definitely starting to show up in his work. So I don't know, man. We gonna see. We gonna see.
All right,
That blew me. That blew me. That blew me nice.
he really hurt, y'all. He really hurt.
Nah, that really blew me, yo. That really blew me. When I seen Badu Jack,
Tell
I
it, bro.
said,
Come on. Tell me how you feel.
I almost threw my phone. I was at
Yeah,
work
man.
too. I was at work.
We'll drop it down the elevator shaft, bro.
And I'm scrolling. I see it once, and then I saw it twice. I said,
You need this more than I do right now. Here you go, buddy.
ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I'll bring one on Friday for you.
Yo.
Oh my god. Oh man. All right, last 15. What you think about Twins comeback fight? And here we effing go.
AB? I didn't watch it because I didn't want to pay for it. To be
Interesting. Who did?
I don't know. So, but I saw some highlights, and I mean, AB, he didn't look bad. He didn't look spectacular. I think he was the right guy for him to do his thing. But like I've said this before on the show. I've said it many times. You know, knowing AB's background, knowing his shortcomings, knowing where he's came from, knowing things that he's battled with throughout his whole career. I'm just happy to see AB getting his money. You know, doing something positive. You know, being in a good light, being in the gym. You know, I'm happy to see AB doing that. I'm happy to see. I'm happy for AB. Go get your money, bro. Protect your chicken this time. Take care of your chicken, and try to get a couple fights, do it the right way, and then walk away with something that you got put away. That's what I'm happy for AB about. You know what I'm saying? I don't have much to say about his performance. I didn't watch the fight, but when it comes to him, you know, contending for a title at 140, who is he beating at 140?
Broly.
Yo can't be serious for nothing.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Yo can't be serious for nothing. But nah, for real, that's probably like we said that before. We said that before. Like his best. We said Rolly's best fight would be AB. That's what we said. And now we're talking about AB best fight to be Rolly. So yeah, that's a moneymaker too. That's a moneymaker. They're gonna be talking all kind of junk.
So you go if him and AB fight, you know how much and we gonna hear in one night. Bro. Oh God. But I bet you he'll be trying to chase Rolly. I bet your amount of money Twin will be chasing Rolly. And I'm gonna tell you why. Rolly set up one big shot, Twin rock off, throws that counter. That's when Rolly gets on his bicycle. And that's where he's gonna lose, because a guy like Twin, that street mentality, you can't back away from him. If you back away from him, he's gonna take your heart from you and show it to you. That is still in him. That's one thing I could definitely tell you. That's still in him. That will never leave him.
Yeah.
But my man looked like he was 160 up in that mug, bro.
He did.
Dog. I was like, yo, he was like, some got big. Like, God dang.
I ain't even want to comment on that jump. But yeah, he definitely didn't look 140.
What did I just tell you a second ago? You said, how many tune-ups does Canelo have? He doesn't have any more left. And I said, one thing I learned about this fight game, you can always dig somebody up. Always.
Of course, but do
Pulling guys
anybody
out of
want to see it?
retirement.
Nobody want to see that.
Nobody wanted to see it. It was the right opponent. The guy was a lawyer in Pittsburgh, and I'm happy he got his payday. And he was one tough son of a gun. Like that dude was not laying down. People just knew, oh yeah, he gonna go in there, give it 5 rounds. If that once AB starts tagging him, it's over. Nah, he really was trying. He gave it all he had, and I will salute him. Man, I tip my hat to you because he was not trying to find a way out. He had a bubble mouse under his eye and was still digging. Like he was just, it was experience. That's what it was, just experience, but I tip my hat to him. But point being is, they found somebody. And the funny thing that you just said, and I don't think you realized what you said was, take care of your chicken this time. And, it's good to see him getting his money. And I was like, you can't say that sentence and put Don King in it, bro. You can't put that there and have Don King somewhere in that equation. It don't work like that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Clearly, AB getting something because he wouldn't even.
Of course, yeah, he gonna get something. Oh yeah, he gonna get something. But is it gonna be? Guess what? Tim Witherspoon got something too, but it wasn't exactly what he was supposed to get. Larry Holmes got something, but it wasn't exactly what he was supposed to get. Mike Tyson got something, but it wasn't exactly what he was supposed to get. It was a multitude of parts that I could keep going down this list on.
Adrian Broner's situation will be different because he's dry right now. He done came out and said like, bro, I'm broke. So I ran through all my money. So even anything, you throw anything, he gonna be like, bet, let me get that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be like, bet. I could take this little bit and maybe do this with it.
Okay. I hear you. So let me ask you this. How's the co-promotion gonna go?
Co-promotion with who?
Exactly. Because you really think we're talking about him now. He fought, he looked more than decent, but it was the right guy. And now you're going to put, okay, common sense is going to be Rolly. Common sense is going to be a pay-per-view because them two going to be joined. So now you're going to say, all right, I ain't just going to release you from this contract. I want to be the co-promoter on this, and I'm going to tell you how this is going to go down. Now, he ain't as, Don King, from what I've heard, is not as, like he was back then. That comes with time. But, it's so hard to forget certain things. Certain things will always stick. I don't care who he is. So, you can't say that and not think, man, how's that gonna go? Because what's next for him? When is it gonna happen? If it is Rolly, then how is that even gonna take place?
I feel like it'll happen. I feel like the negotiations are definitely gonna be a little difficult, but I feel like the amount of money that'll probably put up for that fight, the amount of build up, I feel like it'll happen. Because I feel like even Don King himself in a position where if you show him enough dollar signs, he gonna bite at it. He gonna jump at it. So I feel like it's a match made in heaven for them to co-promote with a Showtime on a major card with him and Rolly, headlining it, something like that. I can see it. I can see it happening. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be easy to make it happen, but I can see it eventually happening. It's gonna be some hairs and strings being pulled in the scenes to make that happen.
Did you see Jorge Linares walk down Rolly on the press row?
No, I didn't see that.
Slow. Rolly, there were no problems, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm thinking. Yeah, you're actually right. You're right.
Yeah, for sure.
Then, did you see Devin and Shakur were at some club, and I don't know what type of party you could say because nobody dancing, everybody just there to be seen.
That's how it is nowadays.
Oh hell no! That's why I'm glad I staying out because that ain't no fun. Everybody just standing there. Anyways, he sent him the bottle that said sign the contract and everything.
Shakur petty, bro. He petty as hell.
No, the thing that got me though was like, oh, all right, cool. But the thing that took me out, it was like at first it was like, oh yeah, all right, whatever, game shit, whatever. I've seen that before. But when he did this, when he see the bottom coming out, right? He looking over at Devin, he like,
Mhm.
and as soon as Devin got it, he do this. He just stood up.
Mhm.
That man was stood up. That
Yep.
big old dimple smile. That man was just looking.
He was grilling Devin the whole time in the little video. Shakur really Shakur
Oh
different.
no!
Shakur definitely different. He definitely different, man. That was definitely a little power play. But I don't know. I don't know if
Look,
Devin gonna
y'all.
bite on that. Devin ain't gonna bite on that right now.
Moral of the story. Yeah, we not gonna bite on it. Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, for this episode is an older fighter told me one time, guys can say whatever they want to the press and everything. Like, yeah, I want to fight him. I want to fight him. I want to fight him. Yeah, I want to fight him. It's altogether different when some contracts start getting sent back and forth. It's altogether different when they start sitting in the boardroom. It's altogether different. It's worse now because you can just whip your phone out and hit record. Like my phone, I can just hit the button twice, boom, and start recording. Like I just hit the side, it's on lock, and like the screen already. I can just grab my phone, double tap tab button, already on camera. That quick, and you can see the interaction happen, see who soft, who really don't want it, whatever the case may be. And me being a part of an actual training camp that was, I saw guys not want to fight a certain guy at a certain point because it was nothing that was shown to break him at that moment. It was like, oh, these dudes, it wasn't even calculated. It was no, it was just straight up, no, it ain't happening. Like, and that's how it is. The Canelo situation, the Rolly situation. It's so many of those things. It's like, you know what? It's altogether different when the names are really there and they really want to fight you. And it's okay, yeah, I want to do this or I don't. People start talking different. That's just how it be.
Yeah, for
And it's the
sure.
pros. And ain't the amateurs doing the amateurs. You couldn't duck nobody. You're going to see him sooner or later. Unless he loses in his other bracket, you're going to have to see him.
Hmm.
And that's why I wish that they do the Super 6 tournament. Remember the Super 6 tournament? Andre Wood, Andre Darrell, all of them. Like, do that again because everybody had to fight everybody. Even the losers had to fight each other. It's like you couldn't duck nobody. I would love to see that more often. But in the pros, you could linger things on more.
Right.
Straight up. That's just how
Right.
it be.
Everybody's their own walking entity though. Their name is their business. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
kind of got that backing where you can use that as your leverage. It just but again, it's boxing business, and I want to get into that next episode, man, where we really talk about boxing business, man. And why is that used so heavily? You
Oh,
know,
Lord. I'm going to get a lot of questions.
it's always the answer for everything. It's boxing business. It's just the business of boxing. Everything. It's the business of boxing. I'm like, all right, bro. And
We
and, and
can
I know
go.
I know the business of boxing. But my thing is, why is that the go-to excuse every time motherfuckers don't answer a question? It's just business.
Um,
Come on, bro.
because we'll really dive into it and elaborate on it tomorrow, whatever. But the point being, to put it out there as the cliffhanger for tomorrow, I guess for the next episode, it is. You know how something somebody says and then another person says it to make they sales seem cool when you were growing up. Like somebody might have a catchphrase and the other person try to say it, but nobody else laughs the same way.
Right.
It's like that. What it is
It ain't funny. I ain't laughing no more.
like it's sometimes it is the business. Sometimes it's wait a minute, I deserve. So you're not gonna get a Usyk every time. Where it's like, no, I'll take the 35%. Sure, I just want to fight you. Oh, you're gonna say you want 70 and I take 30? Sure, I want that. I'll fight you. Like you're not gonna get that all the time. Some guys are gonna say at least give me 45, bro. I ain't chopped liver. Come on, man. But that makes sense. But you got guys who aren't as thorough. Those guys, like I want to fight them. The money gonna come or whatever. They're like, you know what? I could use that as my excuse to back off and then go to this network or move up to this way. Cause say I want to get the guy move up and then come back and then say I got other things to worry about. Do those type of things to get get that. Oh well, he did say this, and you got certain jock riders that's gonna roll with that. Like, yeah, well, he said he wants to go up to certain weight class and get that. So why you guys like he trying to go for legacy? Like, get a you know how it be in the comment sections. I just scroll, keep it moving, man, because I already know how it's gonna be. And most of them ain't never been punched in the face, and none of them have ever boxed day in their life or played a high contact sport at no high level, and got the most to say out their mouth. So I just pay no never mind. But the biggest thing is not even the fans; it's the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we can really dive into because it's a lot of stuff that I did see growing up, like,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of stuff that I saw.
For sure. For sure. Let's save it for
All
the
right, now get off my phone, bro.
man. That big ass phone, that tablet. What wrong with the damn tablet? You can't put it in your pocket. You probably got one of them damn chest harness like a seatbelt with the joint attached to
The
it.
statue, the
Probably pull that joint
statue,
out. Yeah, with
the
a damn
statue.
stylus. You got a stylus for that joint. I
Yes,
know,
I
bro.
do. You
I
saw it.
know you lying, bro.
You saw it. You
Hell
saw the stylist when we was in the studio. Guess what? He kept notes. You had to sit there and make sure everything was straight on your end. I had the notes that we could keep up with.
old school. All my boxing notes. All my boxing notes. Old school. Pen and paper, baby. Can't fail with it.
Mm.
Can't fail with it, man. But look, I appreciate y'all for tuning into the show tonight. Man, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications. We'll be back with you guys some more this week talking boxing. And Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, they got a press conference coming in New York this week. I don't know if it's the 15th or the 16th. I wish I could make it. I might be able to make it. I'm gonna see. I'm my schedule tight, but I'm gonna see, man. But I'll let you know about that, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. Appreciate y'all.
Tell them all, brother.
Yes, sir.